Hello, welcome to this Women in STEM interview series. I'm here today with Donna Dutton, and I was wondering, because we only have 10 minutes, if you could go ahead and get us started with a little bit more about your career and maybe your history and how sort of you got to where you are today.
Well, I have worked in the STEM field since my graduation from the University of Texas in 1978 with a degree in chemistry. So initially I worked in analytical and environmental chemistry, but I discovered programming when I was taking a Fortran class and fell in love with that, and from there branched into the field of computer programming. Most of my career has been spent as a programmer and consultant with SAS Institute. They produce software which is very widely used in the STEM area. My focus over the last 10 or 15 years has been with clinical research organizations and pharmaceutical companies. The SAS software is used to prepare and process all of the data from clinical trials and to produce all of the tables, listings, figures, and the submission documents to the FDA, the PMDA in Japan, the European equivalent of all of those organizations. So, yeah, STEM has been my life.
Absolutely. Is there something that you find you love the most about it?
The challenge and the constant change, constant learning. I really enjoy learning new things and trying to keep abreast of the changes in the computer field, in the pharmaceutical field. There's always something new and there's always a challenge.
Awesome. Yeah, it's sounds like you've had a very incredible career where you've really gotten to use some of your like long-term experience to leverage how you got to new positions too.
That's
Um, and I love hearing how you started out in chemistry and then you found something new while you were on that journey and maybe pivoted a little bit, but still you found a way to, I feel like, keep involved almost a little bit with the chemistry, especially with some of the healthcare trials.
Yes, exactly. And that's what I really enjoyed about that. I had a strong focus in biochemistry and biology when my first couple of years in college. And so I always wanted to be able to pull that back into my programming. And so it's really fun that now, at this point in my career, I am, in fact, doing just that.
Something also that's really cool, and one of the reasons why I'm so excited that I was able to get you to talk to us in this interview is outside of your career in the sort of this computer science field, you are also something called a master naturalist. Could you tell me what that is, a little bit more about that and how you got into it?
Sure. The Texas Master Naturalist Program began, I think it's about 25 years ago, to educate and make available a group of well-educated volunteers working with Parks and Wildlife, our state parks, and other nature-related organizations to help educate the public and to make more resources available in that natural sciences environment. So we underwent, in order to qualify, in order to be a master naturalist, we've had about 4 months worth of training on a wide variety of natural sciences, including geology, biology, botany, anthropology, and archaeology. Really everything that covers our natural world. And I had always enjoyed being outside. I've enjoyed camping. I did work with the Girl Scouts when my goddaughters were in Girl Scouting, sponsoring them to come camp on my ranch. having park rangers come in and talk to them about a woman being a park ranger and what that was like. And so the master naturalist position that I've been a master naturalist now since 2014, and we are required to uh, uh, participate to offer at least 40 hours of volunteer service work per year and 8 hours of advanced training, continuing education each year. So again, always something new to learn. And my last several years, I've been involved with the Pollinator Garden Assistance Program, in which we go out. We have a group of people who are especially educated in native plants. And so we go out to, say, a homeowner's location. They want to put in a pollinator garden. We go, assess the site, the sun, the shade, the climate, microclimate factors, and we make recommendations to them then on what native plants would be appropriate for their location to provide habitat for a wide range of pollinators, blooming plants for 6 to 9 months out of the year, open space for native bees, which are ground nesters, all kinds of factors like that. So we advise them on that. And then if they go ahead and they implement all of that, they can have us come back and go through a little checklist to verify that indeed they have met the requirements. And if they do, then they are given a plaque that they can put in their yard so that people know what they're doing. And, why are you leaving these plants to go to seed? So that they will naturally come back and reseed for the pollinators next year, things like that. So it's a wonderful program, and it started in Texas, and it has spread to most states throughout the United States. I have a friend who's a master naturalist up in Montana. Obviously, we do different sorts of native plants, but the program is still the same.
That's very cool. And goodness knows we always need more work on our pollinators and our bee populations.
We do these days. We do. Yes, definitely.
So how do you find time to balance both your career in tech and computer science and your love of outdoors and your dedication to outdoor science?
Well, I admit it is a challenge. And I do things like, take a half hour or an hour during my lunch break and go outside. I have to set a timer on myself so that, I will go outside and do some things. I am a very avid gardener as well. I keep up with that. And, spend time on the weekends then with master naturalist work and, not enough time for housekeeping and cooking, things like that, but my partner is a very great help with those things. So it's an ongoing struggle to keep that balance, but it's well worth it. Well worth it, I'd say.
Well, do you have any advice for girls who potentially like to pursue a career in computer science or who might find that they have two seemingly like challenging loves of both like the outdoors and also technology sciences and how to combine the two?
So for both of those things, I would say, first of all, and most importantly, follow your passion. When you run into that thing that makes you stop and go, oh, wow, I am fascinated by this. I really want to know more about it. I want to be involved in it. Pay attention to that, follow it. And yeah, sometimes it can be difficult to combine things, but don't just assume, oh, well, I can never do that. I can never combine them. Keep looking for ways in which you can, even if you can't do 100% of the time that you would like to do today, keep your finger in that pie. Keep working on that passion that you have maybe over here, but then you also have a passion for something over here. Set a timer for yourself and break up your time and go for it. That's my main advice. If you have an interest, go for it. Don't let, oh, it's not traditional for someone like me to do that. Don't ever let that stand in your way. Be the first. That's okay.
Absolutely. Well, we're coming up on the end of our time. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to talk with me. Do you have any final parting words for anyone who might be watching?
Well, I think that careers in science, technology, engineering, and mathematics are the way to go. Now, obviously, I understand that that's not true for everyone, but if you feel that calling, go for it. There are fascinating and challenging types of work in this area, and you will never regret it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for your time. Have a great rest of your day.
Very welcome, Morgan. Thank you. And you have a great rest of your day too.